just about everybody who watches this show knows we start off with some memorabilia. Today's no exception. Let's turn it around. This is a nice old, well, it's not that old, but for some of you younger guys it might be. This is a Clayton Kershaw 2010 Topps baseball card. And there it is. I can tilt it so you can see it. 2010 wasn't that long ago for guys like me, but for you guys, it probably was a long time ago. That's a neat one. That's, I guess, his second full year of playing, but that's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm Randy. You know who you are. Come on in. Let's start the show. Can somebody give me a count? You know how to do it. Come on. Let me hear you this time. Go. That's it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Hello, everybody. Yeah, thanks. Hey, we're back. I'm Randy. You know who you are. Come on in. Pull up a chair. Sit down. Pull up a chair. Sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. This is the best, first, and only video podcast by fans, for fans of your Los Angeles Dodgers. And we're here because this is, what are we in now? Our 20th year? We've been doing these podcasts since podcasting came out in, 2005? Yeah, maybe 22nd year. I don't know what. I lost track. I'll have to go look it up. Anyway, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Today's the 5th day of February. As of today, right now, there are exactly 6 days until pitchers and catchers report to Camelback Ranch. Is that cool? That's what I thought. Man, we just slipped by. I meant to remind you before that, but we were supposed to do a show next week. Didn't happen. But Dodgers pitchers and catchers will report. They'll be the second team in the National League to report to Camelback Ranch in Glendale on February 11th, 2 days after the Cubs arrive in Sloan Park and Mesa. This is so the two clubs can get their acts together for opening day for their big series in Tokyo, Japan, which begins, by the way, on March 18th. I was checking tickets today in Game Time. You know that app? Yeah, the cheapest seat in the house for the first game that's still available, about $1,700. They go all the way up to about $3,000. Of course, the Tokyo Dome for baseball only holds about $45,600. But anyway, let's see what we got here. Okay, in the news, we got a couple of really neat things and some breaking news. So we'll have a news breaker in just a minute. You got to get that news sticky in here. Okay, it's there. Good. All right, this is from a couple days ago. The Dodgers agreed to a 1-year contract with right-hander reliever Kirby Yates, and the deal is expected to be worth $13 million. And that's a pretty good deal. And as the reason is, people always say there's no bad 1-year deals. So $13 million 1 year, big deal. It'll be good. Hey, Kirby Yates is pretty good though. We'll talk about it a little bit later. Deal's supposed to be worth $13 million on the surface, though he can make another $500,000 if he gets to 50 appearances, and another $500,000 if he gets to 55 appearances, and that's pretty cool. So you lop another $1 million on there. It's worth 14 or 15 million. That's pretty cool. I'll take that. Can I have a piece of that? No. But Kirby Yates is a good one. And now here's that late breaker we talked about. Got late breaking news for just today. I think maybe just yesterday or today. Anyway, hit the news sticky. Do it. Yesterday, February 4th, the Dodgers traded Ryan Brazier in cash to the Cubs for a player to be named later or cash. Brazier was designated for assignment on January 30th in order to clear a 40-man roster spot for Yates, was dealt to the Cubs. The Dodgers will receive a player to be named later or cash considerations in exchange. The veteran right-hander posted a 3.54 ERA across 29 appearances for the Dodgers in 2024. And that has been your late-breaking news. We'll do it one more time. Hit it. The Dodgers traded Ryan Brazier and cash to the Cubs for a player to be named later or cash just yesterday. All right. Speaking of other pitchers, Dodgers have worked out a deal with lefty reliever Alex Vesia. You remember he was going to be up for arbitration. Well, they signed him to a 1-year, $2.25 million contract for 25. The deal also includes $3.55 million club option for 26 with a $50,000 buyout. Vesia is guaranteed $2.3 million in performance incentives, which could push the 2026 salary up to $3.725 million. In 24, Vesia was the team's most reliable left-handed reliever, pitching in a career-high 67 games. You kidding me? He finished with, get this now, he finished with a 1.76 ERA over 66 and a third innings and a 0.99 whip. His strikeout rate was 33.1%, was among the best for relievers, though his 12.5% walk rate was a little bit high. And so was he. No, he wasn't. And he recorded 87 strikeouts, issued 33 walks, and contributed 5 saves and 13 holds. Yeah, I like it. I like the deal. Vesia was just as good in postseason, giving up just 2 hits and no earned runs. I said no earned runs. And he became one of the most trusted arms that Dave Roberts had in high-pressure situations. So good for you, Alex Vesia. He's the man. We got to get that guy back. And the guy we just talked about a minute ago on this baseball card, Clayton Kershaw. He's in the news. Why is he in the news? Well, his future with the Dodgers is still pretty bright. People think, oh, he's going to be going to another team. He's going to Texas. No, he's not. Come on, man. This is going to be his last year probably. Anyway, the veteran who missed most of the first half of the season last year, he's expected to miss most of the first half this season. And he is expected to make a full recovery from multiple surgeries and return for the second half. General Manager Brandon Gomes said in an interview on Baseball Isn't Boring podcast, I never heard that one, have you? That the, quote, hope and expectation for the left-hander is to return in 2025. We've continued to talk with Kersh, and the hope and expectation is he's back with us this year, Gomes said. Seems like he's in a good spot. When Kershaw does return to the Dodgers, he's going to be joining a starting rotation, the likes of which we've never seen before. It might be the best that Los Angeles has ever had, maybe better than anybody ever had in the last century or so. It's expected to be a 6-man rotation, although we got about 11 guys in there with the likes of all these guys. Well, let's see. Let me run them down for you. Well, before we do that, most strikeouts by a left-handed pitcher in Major League history, Kersh is now 4th on the list. Who's first? Well, let's run them down. Kershaw's at 4th with 2,968 strikeouts. 3rd is CC Sabathia, the Hall of Famer. He's going in this year, 3,093 strikeouts. 2nd on the list, Steve Carlton, all-time, 4,136 strikeouts for left-handers. And the number 1 left-hander in strikeouts all-time in baseball history, Randy Johnson, has 4,875. Kersh is knocking on the door to 3,000 of them. You know that if he gets it this year, he's going into the Hall of Fame anyway. So he's going to have 3,000. He's only 30-something away, so let's see that he gets that. 32 away. All right. We're going to have a heck of a rotation. I will mention that in just a minute. First of all, the Dodgers have, as if they're not loaded enough, right? They're inviting 24 non-roster invitees to spring training. I'm not going to mention all of them here. We'll be here all day. But they announced last week or so that they announced certain non-roster invitees to 25 spring training camp. 7 of the 24 players have Major League experience, while the Dodgers' top 6 prospects also made the invitational list. Most notably, the number 1 prospect, and you know about him, Roki Sasaki. He's going to be there. Also, wait a minute. Also, their number 2 prospect. Anybody know who it is? Dalton Rushing. Remember that guy? Catcher? Sasaki's going to get his first taste of Major League spring training after he signed with the Dodgers. Rushing, the Dodgers' 2024 Branch Rickey Minor League Player of the Year, returns to Cadillac Ranch after he hit 26 home runs, drove an 85 runs batted in with AAA Oklahoma City and AA Tulsa last year. That's unbelievable. Wait a minute. I want to repeat that for those of you who didn't clean out your ears on that one. Rushing was the Dodgers' 2024 Branch Rickey Minor League Player of the Year. He hit 26 home runs, drove an 85 runs with AAA Oklahoma City and AA Tulsa. That's amazing. Others invited to camp include, non-roster invitee infielder David Bote, played 6 seasons with the Chicago Cubs from 18 to 22 and then in 24. He played 37 games for the Cubs in this past year, had a .304 batting average and a .725 OPS. Reliever Giovanni Gallegos leads the veteran pitching group. He's got a 3.49 ERA during his 9-year career with the Cardinals and Yankees, and along with postseason experience. And the right-hander owns a 2.79 ERA and 10 postseason appearances with the Cardinals, 8 of them being scoreless, so that's a pretty good deal. So there's a lot of these guys that have a lot of Major League experience that are going to be there in spring training, non-roster invitees. And, those are some of the most surprised guys of the year. Every once in a while you get one of those guys and you go, wow, where'd he come from, Anyway, also, in addition to all of that, the Dodgers have reached agreement with 29 international free agents. That's unbelievable. 29? That's unbelievable. Dodgers agreed to terms with 29 international amateur free agents, including the number one prospect in the 2025 international free agent class, as you know, Sasaki, we mentioned. In total, the Dodgers signed 16 pitchers, 4 catchers, 6 infielders, and 3 outfielders to open the 2025 signing period. And we can't say enough about this guy, but Sasaki is the number one rated prospect by MLB. He went 10-5 with a 2.35 ERA and 111 innings last year for the Chiba Lotte Marines in 2024. Dodgers also added 6'7" right-handed pitcher Joseph Deng, who is the first player in Major League history to sign a professional league contract from South Sudan. Are you kidding me? Wow. Baseball is truly becoming an international sport for sure. Dodgers rounded out their star-studded class with a highly touted pitcher, Adrian Torres from Panama, who's regarded as the best left-handed pitching prospect in the class by many international scouts. And the Dodgers' newest international class comes with players from 7 different countries, led by Venezuela with 12 signees, the Dominican Republic with 8, and Mexico with 4, along with that dude from Sudan. So that's pretty cool. And the Dodgers got, can you say loaded, 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 loaded? The Dodgers are loaded, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And if that's not a big deal to float your boat, check this out. Just this week, just a couple days ago, the Dodgers have announced their Major League coaching staff for this year officially. They announced it on Tuesday that their 2025 staff is going to include, under Dave Roberts, featuring roles for Dino Ebel, Brandon McDaniel, and Chris Woodward. Dave Roberts is 52 years old, and he'll begin his 10th season as the Dodger manager. Can you believe it's been 10 years already? Wow. Hey, wait a minute. He's got 2 World Series rings in 10 years. That's pretty cool. Dino Ebel is 58. He begins his 7th season as the Dodger third base coach with a focus on coaching outfielders during the season. McDaniels, 41, with the Dodgers vice president of player performance, officially joins the coaching staff as a Major League Development integration coach. He's entering his 13th season in the Major League level for the Dodgers. And as previously announced, Chris Woodward, 48, takes over as first base coach and infield coaching specialist after spending last season as the Dodgers' senior advisor to Major League and player development. He succeeds Clayton McCulloch, who became the manager of the Marlins during the offseason. And this is Woodward's second stint on the coaching staff. If you remember, he served as the Dodger third base coach from 16 to 18, and you may recall that Woodward bolted to become the manager of the Texas Rangers for a few years before coming back to the Dodgers. So Chris Woodward, welcome back to the Dodgers on the base paths. This will be good. Several returnees round out the Dodger coaching staff. Denny Lehman, 39, begins his 3rd season as the club's bench coach, 8th season overall, having previously been the game planning and communications coach. Bob Guerin, 63, Bicycle Bob. He always bicycles to the stadium. Hired by the team shortly after Roberts entered his 10th season overall, and 3rd as Major League field coordinator after 7 years as the team's bench coach from 16 to 22. Mark Pryor, 44, enters his 6th season as the Dodger pitching coach, 8th with the organization after serving as the team's bullpen coach in 18 and 19. And Rob Van Scoyoc, 38, begins his 7th season as the Dodger hitting coach. Aaron Bates, 40, is starting his 7th season as the Dodger coaching staff at third in hitting and as hitting coach, and spending 4 years as assistant hitting coach from 19 to 22. Connor McGinnis, 35, enters his 6th season as assistant pitching coach. And Josh Bard, 46, commences his 8th season as bullpen coach, including the most recent 6 years, from 16 to 17 and 20 to present time. So there's your coaching staff for your Los Angeles Dodgers in the year 2025. Nothing really. I don't want to do a full injury report. We'll just tell you the one everybody's been talking about. Everybody since November has been talking about Shohei Ohtani. And he's progressed through throwing bullpens by the end of the season. He was a long way from being able to face batters in a game. That's why he didn't play after in the World Series. But a new report suggests the same will be true when the 25 season kicks off, as reported by Japanese outlet Hochi News in an interview he gave them a couple weeks ago. Dodgers manager Dave Roberts said, I'm excited about the season. Dodgers manager Dave Roberts said he's targeting a late May return for Ohtani. He also mentioned that at FanFest, known as Dodger Fest now, just this past weekend. So Ohtani will probably start out as our DH, and then he'll probably start throwing bullpens and be on the mound in probably in May. But I'm sure he'll be ready to play when he goes to Tokyo, his old hometown, for his old home country, to see the Cubs in the first series of the season. All right. Speaking of pitchers, we mentioned earlier, when Kershaw comes back, it's going to be amazing. But even with Kershaw, he's going to be midseason. Emmett Sheehan's going to be there midseason. And, of course, in May, you'll see Shohei. But listen to this. These are the fellows we will have right now that we know of who will be able to start on the mound for us in 2025. So far, there's 11 guys. I don't have enough fingers. Let's see what we can do. Blake Snell. These are all the guys who are going to be starting pitchers for the Dodgers in 25. Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Roki Sasaki, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Shohei Ohtani, a little later on. Tony Gonsolin's coming back. Bobby Miller, Dustin May, Landon Knack, remember him? Clayton Kershaw, and Emmett Sheehan. And nobody's even mentioned Gavin Stone. Is he going to be coming back? Wait, let's write that one in. Let me type that one in. Nobody even mentioned Gavin Stone. He's on the 60-day IL. But anyway, how about that for 12 guys that could possibly pitch games for the Los Angeles Dodgers in 2025? A 12-man rotation. Oh, God. Can you say loaded? Oh, baby. All right. Fun stuff. Whenever we do this, it means fun stuff, and it's always fun because it's a podcast, and we show baseball cards and play with all kinds of fun stuff. Congratulations to Freddie Freeman. Why? Well, all the accolades and the MVP and the World Series ring and all that, he was the MVP of the World Series. But every year in the past several years, as all you true fans know, Major League Baseball on the network does this thing called the top 10 players right now at each position. Remember that? You know, all the top 10 catchers in the league right now, well, Will Smith is 8th and all that kind of stuff. Well, every year they do that, and guess what? This year, our own Freddie Freeman was picked at number 1 as the number 1 first baseman in baseball right now. He's the number 1 first baseman right now, and here's what they said about him. By most metrics, Blue Jays slugger Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was the best first baseman in the game, particularly at the plate. The year before that, Matt Olson set the Braves single-season record by smashing 54 homers. But, Freddie Freeman has been the most consistent over the past several seasons, while his 24 campaign probably wasn't up to his lofty standards amid family medical challenges and his own injuries. Steady Freddie has easily been the most productive first baseman in the game since 2021, the year after he won the NL MVP. And this is amazing. Over that span, Freeman hit .311 and posted a 23.5 WAR, 6 wins above replacement, and 6 wins above the next first baseman, Olson. And he was clutch in helping the Dodgers win the World Series last fall, as you know, hitting one of the most memorable home runs in postseason history. Let's play it again for you right now in case you forgot about it. How about that walk-off granny in Game 1 of the World Series in 2024? Here it is.
Mookie Betts coming to the plate, and they may put him on and take their chances with Freddie Freeman. And the bases will be loaded here for Freddie Freeman, with the Dodgers down 3-2 and down to their last out in Game 1.
The scenario you dream about, Freddie is living.
Cortez delivers. Freeman hits the ball right field. She's gone! Debbie, meet Freddie, Game 1 of the World Series.
Freddie Freeman channeling his inner Kirk Gibson. A walk-off home run in Game 1 of the World Series. A walk-off grand slam. Winners.
Both of those guys.
October 9th, 36 years ago, a Harvard Game 1 hero for the Dodgers. And Freddie Freeman, who hadn't had an extra base hit in a month before today. He ends this game jumping on the first pitch and launching a no-doubt grand slam that they'll talk about for ages.
Yes, they will.
Have a sombrero. Throw it to the sky. The Dodgers win game number 1 for number 34.
That was cool. That was very cool. But all those guys, they just lost it doing that. You lose your voice. All right. Notable dates coming up for MLB. Of course, we mentioned the one at the top of the show. February 11th, pitchers and catchers and injured players report to spring training. Camelback Ranch open for the Dodgers. March 18th and 19th, the Dodgers meet the Cubs in Tokyo. Our first game, by the way, first workout is February 15th. First game is February 20th against the Cubs. March 18th and 19th. The Dodgers and the Cubs meet in Tokyo. March 27th, opening day for the rest of Major League Baseball. We got some shout-outs. Have we got shout-outs or what? Today we have those who've chimed in lately during the Let's Talk Dodgers forum on Facebook. So let's get to them right now, shall we? Boy, there's a lot of them. Should I do them in one breath? No, there's too many of them. Let's see who we have today. Bradley A., Bobby K., TK Kim, Larry R., Alvaro T., Daniel L., Corey S., Stephen J., Sal A., Gary K., Renee D., Kazuko I., Masaki B., Dwight B., Keith N., Maria V., Cheryl C., Juan D., John P., Kathleen C., Bob C., Roger E., and you and me, and Fox Cali, because he is El Zorro. Thank you to everybody. Thank you all for watching Let's Talk Dodgers. We're always here. Tell all your friends to subscribe on YouTube and follow us here on Facebook all season long. We're here always talking Dodger baseball, and tell your friends to watch us too. Like us on Facebook. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. We're always talking and wearing Dodgers. Got to represent. Anyway, let's see. What do we got here? We're going to be here no matter what year, what month it is. We're going to be here in holiday time like we just were. Middle of December, middle of January, middle of February. That's for sure. We're always talking Dodger Blue on Let's Talk Dodgers. All right, keep the this is good. Here's a recap, real fast. Dodgers' bigger offseason moves. Not all of them, just the big ones. Okay, we talked about Kirby Yates today. Blake Snell, 5 years, $182 million. Not bad, Blake. Michael Conforto, 1 year, $17 million. That's not terrible. Re-signed Teoscar Hernandez, 3 years, $66 million. Teoscar. Re-signed Blake Trinan. Got to have Blake Trinan throwing those frisbees. 2 years, $22 million. Haesung Kim, 3 year, $12.5 million. That's a good one. Roki Sasaki, $6.5 million international signing. That's why it's a little low. He's a rookie. And of course, one of the faves from the last couple of weeks, Tanner Scott, 4 years, $72 million. That's a great signing. Also, if you have fan mail for us, you can toss it in my Facebook page here at Let's Talk Dodgers, or you can write to me, letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. This date in Dodger history, February 5th. Isn't it today the 5th? Yeah. I got one for you. This is a crowd pleaser wherever you are. On this date in Dodger history, does anybody remember it? February 5th, 2014. You'd be thinking, what was going on in 2014? On this date in 2014, the Dodgers agreed to a minor league contract with free agent Justin Turner. Yeah. And get this, folks, in case you forgot, he was non-tendered by the Mets after hitting .265 in 301 games. 301 games with the team over 4 seasons. Hit .265, non-tendered. Of course, after his arrival, the all-star third baseman's steady fielding and consistent hitting proved to be a significant asset in the LA Dodgers string of titles, of division titles, and of course, the 2020 World Series. Happened on this day, February 5th, 2014. Justin Turner became a Dodger. I love it. Stats of the day, we're running a little late here. Stats of the day, it's a long show. At the top of the show, we mentioned the deal with Yates, and we mentioned again just a minute ago. In Texas, Kirby Yates notched a 35.9% strikeout rate and a 145 batting average against. Wow. He used his trademark fastball splitter combo with a bit more emphasis on the fastball, which he threw at 61% of a clip last year. Despite its middling velocity, averaging about 93.4 miles per hour, it graded out as one of the best pitches in baseball. Welcome to the Dodger, Kirby Yates, baby. Yeah. And as a quick aside, according to Major League Baseball, this is a statistic, I believe, the splitter is on the rise in Major League Baseball, and the Dodgers they're cornering the market on these guys. Splitters were thrown more often in 2024 than any other season of the pitch tracking era, which goes back to 2008. And entering the 25 season, the Dodgers might have 3 of the nastiest splitters in the world. Splitters have the lowest batting average and slugging percentage allowed last season of any pitch type, just 201 and 314 respectively. The Dodgers now have 3 guys that can really master that. Shohei Ohtani, when he comes back, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Roki Sasaki on the pitching staff. The splitter is the signature weapon of many great Japanese aces, especially those 3, and the Los Angeles trio reunited after pitching Team Japan to victory together in 2023 in the World Baseball Classic. They might have the very best splitters of them all. Let's see how they use them this season. All right, let's see what else we got for you today. Let's get you out to the ballpark. First spring game, as I mentioned, February 20th versus the Cubs. February 20th versus the Cubs. That'll be a 12:05 Pacific time, 1:05 Mountain Time game. And ditto the next day with the same clubs, but the Cubs will be in Mesa hosting us. Same game times, 12 and 1 respectively, depending on your state of preference. I know Aaron's watching me from Arizona, so for him it's 1:05. For us here in LA, 12:05. We don't change clocks till the beginning of March, second week in March, I guess. All right. Don't forget to listen to all those great Dodger podcasts and baseball podcasts. If you're watching me outside of California, miss local interviews, check out Dodger Talk with David Vassay. By far the best interviews you're going to hear. He's done a couple shows already this month, last couple weeks. By the way, Mookie's podcast is still going strong as well. It's called On Base with Mookie Betts. I don't know if he's done any new shows lately, but I'm sure in spring training hits he's going to be doing it, and we'll be watching and listening, right, Mookie? Right. By the way, that's the latest thing. They're not just able to hear them audio podcasts like that. Many of the guys like Mookie are also doing video for him. He's recording them on video and bouncing them to audio podcasts. So you can actually watch them on YouTube. Just look up On Base with Mookie Betts. You'll find him. And don't forget, I also tend to leave some pretty cool Dodger content about the team on our Facebook page. And from time to time, I do that, so check that out. Talk with you again soon. I know it's a little long, but thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And how are the Dodgers going to do this year? Do you have any idea?
I still think the Dodgers end up winning that division, probably handily.
Probably. Maybe even the World Series. MLB is saying we got a 100% chance of repeating at the World Series or going to the World Series. I don't know if we'll repeat, but 100% chance of being there. I hope they're right. I'm all in on that. Yeah. Anyway, that's going to do it. I'm Randy Hungar. Come on back next time. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. We're always here talking Dodgers. Right? Right, Clayton? Yeah. That's right. Yep. That's right. See you next time, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.